Welcome back to the TodePond saga. Let's get started. Time travel. It's fiction, right? But is it implementable? Can we make it in a physics engine? Today, let's try 9 different ways of making time travel, from the simplest to the strangest. First, let's make a normal physics engine for some frogs to explore. It's got all the usuals and portals as well. It's our home for these time travel experiments. Let's begin with travelling to the future. The frog goes through a portal, waits a bit, and comes out half a second later. But this isn't as interesting as travelling to the past. What if, when the frog goes through a portal, it comes out the other end half a second earlier? This seems to break the rules of causation. What if a frog hits itself from the past, stopping it from ever going through the portal in the first place, changing the course of history, breaking continuity, destroying time completely? Welcome to the TodePond saga. Let's get started. Time travel. It's fiction, right? And very dangerous. You need to avoid making any paradoxes or problems. Today, let's look at 9 different ways of making time travel safely, from the simplest to the strangest. We could ban paradoxes altogether. If the frog will cause a paradox, we bounce it away from the portal instead. If it behaves itself, we let it through. This stops continuity from breaking. But is there a better way? Let's gradually fade away any frogs that get trapped out of time. This helps stop paradoxes, but doesn't make a lot of sense. We could freeze the world when a paradox happens, until the frog jumps through the portal to put things right. Maybe the frog should just go mad. Or maybe the craziest thing would be to keep every variant of a frog going. And we'd end up with more and more and more copies of the same frog breaking time. Welcome back to the TodePond saga. Let's get started. Time travel. It's fiction, right? And impossible. You can't do it without rewriting history. Today, let's look at 9 different ways of simulating time travel, from the simplest to the strangest. Let's try rewriting history. When the frog goes through a portal, we follow it to the past. We see the universe from the frog's point of view. This prevents any paradoxes because we move on from what's already happened. But it would be handy to see this happen from a higher level. Let's try branching off into different timelines. Every time the frog travels to the past, it creates a new timeline. We can see every possibility unfold. We avoid breaking the timeline by keeping lots of different timelines going. But is this a little bit excessive? let's only branch off into a new timeline if we have to. If the frog travels back in time without causing a paradox, it travels within the same timeline. But if it breaks continuity, it branches off into a new one. But all of these approaches just make things more chaotic. You can end up with ridiculously large numbers of timelines and frogs, and you'll end up breaking time. Welcome back to the TodePond saga. Let's get started. Time travel. It's fiction. You can't travel to a different point in time, but you can change how fast you move through it. Today, let's look at 9 different ways of changing time travel speed, from the simplest to the strangest. First, let's make a parallel timeline that travels through time at half speed. Now, let's connect it to a normal timeline with some portals, so frogs can pass through it. From their perspective, these frogs travel into the future. But what if we push this idea further? Now, let's try slowing down a timeline so much that it actually travels backwards through time. Frogs that travel through go into rewind and then carry on as normal. But even this simple form of time travel can cause problems, and we can quite easily break time. Welcome back to the Pond Sand saga. Time travel. It's fiction. No matter what we try, time moves forwards. We can't reverse time. So let's reverse the frog instead. When the frog goes through a portal, it comes out the other end and rewinds its past movements. The surrounding world continues to move forwards through time, and the inverted frog can still bump into it. But how about split? When the frog goes through a portal, it comes out the other end in a rewinding world. The only thing travelling forwards through time is the frog. Everything else is in reverse. Like before, the frog can bump into inverted things, which uninverts them in the process. This gets very chaotic very quickly. No matter what we do, time breaks. Welcome back to the TodePond saga. Let's get started. Time travel. It's implementable. We made it in a physics engine. Today, we looked at 14 different ways of making time travel, from the simplest to the strangest. And thanks to my patrons for suggesting this video topic and supporting me. And thank you for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you next time.